Before the 2016 season, Randall Swoop of Bucknell and Amanda Billichek of Holy Cross both had as their #1 goal to make the Patriot League postseason tournament. Well, right now, after both Holy Cross and Bucknell have won 2 Patriot League games in a row, that goal is right at the cusp. But today is going to be a huge game to be able to determine whether Holy Cross or Bucknell move on to the Patriot League postseason. Both the Crusaders and the Bison have struggled when it comes to making the Patriot League tournament in the last number of years. But both teams, after 2 very big wins, have an opportunity to make it 3 in a row here today. And if you win 3 in a row, you have a great chance to be able to go on to go to the Patriot League postseason tournament. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Will it be the resurgent Holy Cross Crusaders, who started out losing their first 9 games of the year, or will it be the Bucknell Bison, which did not win a Patriot League game all season long in 2015, going for their 3rd straight Patriot League game in a row today? Well, we'll just have to wait and see how this one plays out. Should be a great one today. We invite you to stay tuned for it. It's Bucknell and Holy Cross, a big Patriot League women's lacrosse game coming up on the Patriot League Network, powered by Campus Insiders. From home stadium and Graham Field, we are live at blustery Lewisburg, Pennsylvania for a key Patriot League women's lacrosse outing. A very good Saturday afternoon to you folks. A mixture of clouds and very bright sunny skies here. But the clouds are moving in, and in fact, there is a good chance of snow, believe it or not, here in the second day of April here in central Pennsylvania before too long. Probably not during the course of this contest, but by tonight we could possibly have it. You can hear in our crowd mic how windy things are as the front is moving into this portion of the state, the Keystone State. The Bucknell Bison and the College of the Holy Cross Crusaders. The Bison come in 8-3, 2-1 in league play, winners of 2 in a row. And of course, the College of the Holy Cross also coming in with 2 wins and only 1 loss in league play. And there's your standings there. This is a critical game in the middle portion of the Patriot League regular season. Both these teams, of course, want to be one of the 6 teams that will move on to the Patriot League postseason tournament once this year concludes. And both of them at least on a 2-game winning streak. They have an opportunity to do that. Mentioned, of course, in the outset that Amanda Billichek is the head coach in her first season of the College of the Holy Cross. Of course, if that last name is familiar, it should be. They're in that portion of New England. The head coach of the New England Patriots of the National Football League is her father, Bill Billichek, obviously a very successful coach in his chosen sport. They love lacrosse as well, though. We'll tell you a little bit more about that in a moment. And there's the very successful coach for the Bison, Randall Swope. She's in her 7th season directing this Bucknell program. And Coach Swope is in her 2nd tenure as the head coach. She led them to a very successful run her first couple of years in the early 2000s, then left to participate as a member of the national team. And when she did that, Bucknell, to be quite honest, fell on some hard times after the women's lacrosse program had seen some heights, made the Patriot League tournament. In fact, actually made it to the championship game in Coach Swope's 2nd season. But unfortunately, kind of fell on some hard times. And to be quite honest, in her 2nd stint, the first few years, they had struggled some too. So this is a resurgent Bison team coming in at 8-3, and most importantly, 2-1. Well, there's 2 names that you'll see quite frequently here. To your right, for the Crusaders, is Maddie Ward. To your left, Gretchen Richter. And this draw control is always important, and Bucknell is going to win the draw control here. Bucknell this year has won its 164th, and they like to go in transition. They get a great look at the opening draw break, as Coach Swope likes to call it, kind of like a fast break in basketball, and they got a good look. But unfortunately for the Bison, the shot was wide right, so Bucknell will come back with it as they will put the ball back in play. They do like to post up in the middle. Eve Lukowski, she's the leading point producer for the Bison with 44 of them this season. Bucknell working around the perimeter. Addie Molinari in. Her pass a little high, but it's going to be taken by the Bison's Lukowski. Back over to Molinari. And now with the ball is Christina Manis. Bucknell had a huge win on Wednesday, 13-12 over Lafayette College. Bucknell actually led that game 13-6 before having to hold off the Leopards in the last 7 minutes. Neither team scored there. Emily Becker with the ball, back up top to one of the senior leaders, Sam Rickles. Just underway here is Bucknell being very patient on its first offensive series. The Crusaders come in having lost their first 9 games. There's a point-blank shot, and the stick goal is going to be put in by Lukowski. Sophomore from Ellicott City, Maryland, gives Bucknell the early 1-0 lead. And boy, Lukowski has just had a terrific sophomore campaign. Here's your replay as she was able to get that stick goal, and Bucknell is very adept at getting the quick pass in for scores. So Lukowski gets the Bison on the scoreboard first, her 22nd goal this year, her 45th point. She was the Patriot League Attacker of the Week back on March 14th.
Assist number 15, Christina Manis.
Manis ends up with the assist. So for Christina, the junior out of Manhasset, New York, gets her 24th assist this year. She had 6 points on Wednesday against Lafayette. Crusaders coming into today's contest give up 7 goals per game, or 12 goals per game. They score 7 goals, but they've been much better than that lately. So they were able to beat Navy last Saturday 7-6, only the second victory ever for the Crusaders against the Mids, as the Crusaders last won against the Mids in 2011. Going to have a redraw, it appears here, as the official wasn't happy with the placement of the ball. And we have a new person in the draw control area for the Crusaders. That's going to be Keely Connors. Keely, the freshman out of Bedford, New York, has 7 draw controls this year. But Bucknell on the wing is going to get another one, Sam Rickles. And Rickles had a great outing in draw controls against the Lafayette College Leopards on Wednesday. So Bucknell with the 1-0 lead. We'll get it to Emily Becker. You know, a great story by Becker. We had her in the Herd feature on BucknellBison.com yesterday. She had only scored 10 goals total in her first 3 years at Bucknell. This year she has just erupted as she was able to put in 27 goals prior to the start of today's game. Bison lead at 1-0. That's Manis with the dodge. Picked up good defense by Anna Johnson, the junior defender out of Summit, New Jersey. You can hear the wind whipping. There's a pass by Rickles, going to draw a whistle and a foul, and we'll have our first free position shot. Allie Furbe, the individual who was fouled there. Bucknell, in terms of shot percentage, 49% to the opposition's 42. Crusaders giving up 47%. Here comes a shot and a good save by the goalkeeper for this Crusaders team. It's coming in that time, Julie Maloney. There's a good shot of Julia. She's the sophomore out of Loudonville, New York. Gives up about 12 goals per game. 86 saves, now 87. Our crowd mic may want to go down a little as we have a lot of wind rushing through that. And this is Holy Cross's first offensive possession here today. Oh, and they're going to turn the ball over. Tried to work behind the Bison cage that time to Alexis Layton, the freshman out of Garden City, New York. And unfortunately for her, it went off of her cross. And it'll be a turnover. And this year, Holy Cross has 168 turnovers. Bucknell came in to today's game with 173. However, they forced 183 and now 184. Bucknell looking to clear. The Bison clearing 73% of the time, and they will clear this time and get it into the offensive end. And here they come on the attack. Furbe will back it back out and give it to Becker. So 1-0 Bucknell. Bison got on the scoreboard by their leading goal producer, Lukowski. His teams had been playing a lot of zone against the Bison. And Bucknell working it around the perimeter right now. We might be able to turn the crowd mic up just a hair. As Bucknell trying to add to its 1-goal lead. Rickles up top. Working behind the Bison cage. Another great pass inside. Tinning it for Richter. Ball knocked loose though, and there's a battle for it. Let's see if it'll be a shot. Well, it'll actually be, I guess they'll say it was a shot. Bucknell's man is closest to it as she and Giorgio were working hard to try and get that. Official trying to make sure that everybody's in place. Becker, who has just been so good for the Bison, gets it to Richter. Now Gretchen looks inside, will actually draw a foul. Not much contact across the way. Did not see an offensive call against Richter. It'll be a free position shot for the Bison. This will be Bucknell's second free position shot. Goalkeeper Maloney saved an earlier free position opportunity. Bucknell has struggled in this area. Richter comes right to the doorstep, and she is able to just pound it in past Maloney for a 2-0 Bison lead. Not much that Maloney could do there. Richter is so big. The sophomore out of Bronxville, New York. Patriot League Midfielder of the Week back on March 13th. And once she was able to get past the much smaller Maloney, making her move to her right, she came back all the way to her right. Richter, there's a good shot at Gretchen with that knee brace on her left leg, and was able to easily get it in. So Bucknell right now is going to lead this by a 2-0 score. The last couple of games have been rather low scoring for the Crusaders, as they were able to knock off Navy. Probably would be considered an upset, considering the Crusaders had not beaten the Mid since 2011. Then they got a huge win over Army West Point, 15-7. Score was only 8-5 at the half, though. Holy Cross came out strong in the second half, outscoring the Black Knights 4-1. And then, after a little bit of a lull, the Crusaders able to put the game away with a 3-1 run. And the Crusaders get their first draw control of the afternoon, as Johnson able to come out on the wing and get that. And we'll give it back up top to Keely Connors, the Bedford, New York freshman, who gets the start here today. She has 10 goals this year. She also wears a knee brace over on her right leg. So Holy Cross in the purple and the black skirts, getting their second offensive possession, first in it in a turnover. Ball knocked loose by Bucknell's Gilbertson. It's going to go into the stick of the goalkeeper for the Bison, Jamie DeWitt, but her outlet is almost thrown away. Good job by Rennie Tankersley. Come up with a save. She'll get it back to DeWitt. Now a long pass downfield by Gilbertson, and it's going to be taken by the orange and blue, but the pass over to the near side of the field to Furby is going to be out of play, back to the Crusaders. Saw number 19, Rennie Tankersley, a moment ago. She made probably the defensive play of the game in the last couple of minutes on Wednesday at Lafayette, as the Leopards, which trailed 13-6 for a good portion of the game, made a furious rally and actually was down 13-12 with a couple of minutes left, and ended up with a pretty good opportunity to score. Tankersley knocked the ball loose. Actually, it was intended for Wilhelmsen, the leading point producer in the Patriot League, and of course leading goals producer for Lafayette College as well. Crusaders with it, trailing it 2-0. Dodge up top that time by Margie Smith. Her pass, though, almost got away from Connors. She'll track it down. Crusaders with some crisp passing now. Back up top, it'll go to Smith. Working behind the Bison cage to Concilio. Now back over here, first touch for Baker Earl. Earl, the freshman from Ridgewood, New Jersey. Over to Connors. Marking defense by Tankersley there. Bucknell playing pretty good D right here. Nice dodge, and a shot that's going to go bouncing off the crossbar. It's loose off the cross of Smith. It'll come back to Earl. Earl with a nice pass. Move the ball back outside, though, to Connors. 2-0 Bison. Got a free position shot a moment ago by Richter. Once again, Earl with it, working along the perimeter. Ball knocked loose, and there's going to be a whistle and a foul on Bucknell. We have free position pass upcoming year for junior out of Norwell, Massachusetts, Maddie Ward. She has 12 goals. She and McKay and Concilio with 12 goals each. Here's a nice defensive play, but the ball is knocked loose. One of the Bison players is injured. There comes Bucknell looking to clear. Becker trying to scoop up the ground ball. Actually is going to fling it across the way. Here comes another pass to Becker, and she scores her 28th goal in transition. Bucknell has just feasted on transition goals, either off of the draw break, as Coach Swope likes to call it, or, in that case, the full field break. Bucknell, great job by Becker to get it out to Manis. And then the pass back into Emily, and she is able to knife through the defense of Maloney. So the Bison lead this one 3-0.
Bison goal scored by number 34.
Becker, as we said, having an outstanding senior campaign. Out of Pompano Beach, Florida. She probably doesn't like this cold temperature. She now has her 37th point this year. Her dad played football and baseball at nearby Juniata College. It's just south of State College, which is about an hour to the west of Lewisburg. Becker had 5 goals against Lafayette on Wednesday. And Bucknell is not going to control this draw. So give credit to the Crusaders. They've done a great job in controlling draws. Coming in, that had been a bugaboo. They had given up 145 draws and had only won 84. Bucknell, meanwhile, had outpaced the competition in draw controls, 163 to 115. So the Crusaders have won 3 draws in a row, but Bucknell's defense has been stout here early in this contest, but we are very early. Here comes a knifing play inside to Connors. She gets tangled up, and she's going to draw a foul. Legal cross check on Bucknell. It appears it'll be called on the Bison's Lucia Smershish, the junior out of Sterling, New Jersey. Had a game-high 4 caused turnovers Wednesday night at Lafayette. Here's Keely Connors with the first free position opportunity for this Holy Cross team, looking for their first goal. Connors straight down the middle, stick save there by Bucknell's Jamie DeWitt, and Bucknell's going to come up with it, trying to get the clear to Rickles. And Bucknell will get it past the 50-yard line and draw a foul. Molinari with that quick restart. Now the official is going to call for the defense to move back and reposition the offense here. So Bucknell's Jamie DeWitt with the great stick save. She really had moments of brilliance against Lafayette on Wednesday. 11 saves earlier this year against St. Francis. Coming into today's game, she's 3rd in the Patriot League in save percentage. Official right now asking for a time. DeWitt, the freshman, as we said. Twin sister Callie also plays on the Bison team. Had 97 goals given up this year, about 10 goal per 9.5 goal average. There's a good shot. Coach Belichick, her first year after a terrific career at Wesleyan. She's the daughter, of course, of Bill Belichick, the head coach of the New England Patriots of the NFL. Prior to her time in Worcester, she spent the 2014 and 15 seasons as the head coach of her alma mater, Wesleyan. And her teams consistently play top 20 schedules, but they were able to work their way to as high as 17th in the country. Here comes a replay, and this is what she is talking about. I think she thought that the Crusaders should have had that ball. Good shot of Amanda. She's still wanting an explanation. You can see she is not very pleased with the explanation that she was given. So the Bison will regain possession here, leading it by 3 goals. We've gone about 9 minutes of this first half. Double team, ball knocked loose. That'll be a whistle and a foul that appears on the Crusaders. Not sure it was called on. Quite possibly could have been on Maddie Warwick. Whatever the case, Bucknell with a free position pass. Bucknell, very crisp last Saturday at home in the first 12 minutes or so against Army West Point. So they were able to get a 9-0 lead there. Bucknell very sharp here in the early going today, defensively as much as offensively. Bison lead it by 3. A little over 20 minutes left. Bucknell waiting to set up the offensive play here with Manis. Christina, 6 points against Lafayette on Wednesday. Bucknell's 13-12 victory. Bison's Rickles with the dodge. Nice defense, though, on her. She cannot break free of Jessie Button. Button helped lead her high school to 3 straight state titles in Moorestown, New Jersey. Pass inside. Trying to make her way out of some trouble was Allie Furby. Furby had battled an ankle injury, if you recall, last Saturday. She didn't get to play against Army. Be another whistle and a foul. And a stoppage of play, and we're going to have a media timeout, quite possibly. Don't know if they called a foul. Official is saying a free position pass. So Bucknell will get the restart here to the left as we see it of the Crusaders' cage, leading this 3-0. Sun really starting to shine brightly here at Graham Field, home stadium. Beautiful facility for women's lacrosse and field hockey. The other side, it's where Bucknell's men's and women's soccer team play. Natural grass surface over there, of course, AstroTurf here. Here's a nice underhand scoop shot for a score by Richter. Now we'll have our media timeout with 19:20 left here in this first half. And Bucknell's Gretchen Richter has her second goal today. She was able to twist and fire it in against the Crusaders goalkeeper Maloney, and Bucknell will lead it 4-0. Here for our break, quick replay there as Richter puts it in, and we're going to take a timeout right now. 4-0 Bison. You're watching Bucknell and Holy Cross on the Patriot League Network, powered by Campus Insiders. Welcome back once again here to Graham Field, home stadium in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, as Bucknell, the home team, has worked its way up to a 4-0 lead thanks to 2 goals by Bucknell's Gretchen Richter. She had 3 goals in the 13-12 win Wednesday at Lafayette. Also 5 draw controls against the Leopards. She's in the draw circle now, and she's battling for this. But Holy Cross going to win its 4th draw of this first half. Great job by the Crusaders. Anna Johnson, who came in with 14 draw controls. And here come the Crusaders with their 4th offensive possession of this half, but haven't been able to dent the scoreboard. They even had a free position shot by Keely Connors, but it was a stick save by Bucknell's goalkeeper Jamie DeWitt that have kept the Crusaders scoreless to this point. Holy Cross coming in, averaging about 7 goals a game, giving up right on average at 12. Crusaders probably feel like they need to score this opportunity here just to kind of get some momentum on their side. Concilio working behind the Bison cage. Now we'll pass it up front. There's a shot and a score. As the Crusaders do get their first goal of the game, Stephanie Ford able to put it through for her 6th goal this season. She didn't play a game at all last year, but obviously has done a great job this year with her 9th point. Here's a good shot of Stephanie. She'll get the Crusaders on the scoreboard here, and here's your replay.
Holy Cross goal scored by number 13, Stephanie Ford. Assist to number 16, Caitlin Concilio.
Concilio gets the assist. That'll be her 15th assist this year. And you can see that Ford did a good job working around the Bison defense, particularly Sam Rickles there, wears number 9. So the Crusaders, after giving up the first 4 goals, are able to get there first, and Bucknell now has sent Richter out of the draw, and Maddie Molinari is going to go in the draw circle, but result is the same. The Crusaders, which have really struggled in draw controls this year, and we mentioned it before, had given up 145 and had only secured 84 of their own coming into today's game. They've won 5 in a row now, and although they weren't scoring earlier, now with controlling the pace, they have to feel a little bit more confident since they got their first goal of this game. And the Crusaders have come from behind. Overall this year, they started out 0-9. Able to win 2 in a row, though, including a shocking win by 1 goal over the Naval Academy. Now, the Naval Academy is a relatively new program to women's lacrosse. Only been a program since, I think, 2010. However, they're in the hotbed of lacrosse action, one of the hotbeds in the Maryland area. There's going to be a whistle and a foul. I thought there might be a little too much contact by Gilbertson, and going to be a free position shot, I believe, for the Crusaders. Now, probably not a very good angle here for Concilio. who had 6 points in the win against Army. She's actually 9th in Patriot League in assists. I kind of thought that Concilio might pull it out. That's not a great angle. And here comes another foul against the Bison. This foul is actually going to be, you can't be, if you're within 1 yard of the defender, you can stay in front of them, but if you're outside of 1 yard, you have to give them a free area to shoot. Otherwise, you could be hurt by a shot. So another free position shot. Ball knocked loose right as she tried to release it, but it's going to be picked up by Giorgio on the loose ball. Crusaders will get the play call here from Coach Belichick. She actually is holding up a sign over here on the near side. Can't see it in our shot. Bucknell leading it by 3 goals here with just about 17 minutes left in this first half. Bison got on the scoreboard with the first 4 goals of this game. Ford able to dent the scoreboard for the Crusaders a moment ago. Seem to be moving with a little bit more tenacity than what they did earlier. Kind of found their oats, if you will. Good dodge out there by Concilio. Tried to feed the ball inside, and it's knocked loose, and DeWitt is going to come up with another save. Jamie has played really well here her freshman season. I know she really impressed head coach Randall Swope before, but she's going to turn the ball over. There's a battle for it over on the far side of the field, and it'll go out of bounds off whom? Off Bucknell. So DeWitt was trying to clear the ball, but she couldn't hold it in or across. So the Crusaders will gain possession. Here they come on the attack. Here's Connors on the move. She tried to throw the pass. I think maybe it was a shot. Guess it was a shot. Actually trying to get it past the outstretched stick of Annie Gilbertson, team captain, the junior. Here's a shot that's going to go wide to the left. Holy Cross closest to it. So that was not a pass. That was indeed a shot attempt. And there'll be another stoppage of play here with 15:44 left in this first half. Holy Cross will have the restart here. They'll put it into play. They have dominated time of possession here in the last, I'm going to say, 8 minutes. Bucknell was pretty dominant in the first third of the game, able to score 4 goals off of it too. But since that time, particularly winning 5 draws in a row, Crusaders have been able to own the time of possession, if you will, and have 1 goal. Trying to get some more is Connors moving quickly with the dodge. Now the Crusaders will work behind the Bison cage. There's a pass in, a stick goal opportunity for the Crusaders. It's deflected out, and there'll be a whistle and a foul as Bucknell was trying to break free. Catherine Doyle, the sophomore from Vienna, Virginia. Mom played field hockey, lacrosse at Lafayette, sister a former member of the Bucknell women's lacrosse team. There was a stick goal opportunity for the Crusaders. Tried to quickly whip it past an unsuspecting goalkeeper for the Bison, Jamie DeWitt. But DeWitt able to come up with the loose ball, or at least deflect it, and her teammates able to get up to the ball and scoop it up on the ground ball, and Bucknell back in business. Of course, Bucknell also has moved the ball quickly downfield like they're trying to do this time. The ball is loose right in front of the cage, and it's going to go behind the Holy Cross cage. Boy, that could have been disaster as Lukowski was right at the doorstep, but she was unable to just sweep the ball in because Maloney had moved away from her cage. Very fortunate. It's Ward all by herself will just sprint up with the ball in her cross. Certainly helps when you have somebody with that stick control like Maddie Ward, who she doesn't have to pass the ball away. Here's an open, well, was going to be an open opportunity, but Concilio pulls the ball back. Thought she had an opportunity. Now she'll go across the cage. There's a stick goal by the Crusaders as Concilio will get it across to Ford, and Ford has both of the Crusaders' goals here, and Concilio has both of the assists. There's Concilio passing it across the cage, and there was Ford pretty much one-on-one with Jamie DeWitt. There was no way to stop Ford's movement. Ford, the sophomore from Summit, New Jersey, able to get that goal, her second of this game, Her sister will begin playing lacrosse at Notre Dame beginning next year. So Holy Cross, just as it has done the last couple of games, battling back here. And once again, Richter out of the draw circle. Bucknell has lost 4 draw controls in a row to Holy Cross. See what happens here. Molinari off to the left of your screen. And McKay to the right. Ball is loose. McKay trying to scoop it up, and the Crusaders are going to get it again. This has definitely been a shocking situation here, as Bucknell typically controls the draw, particularly with Gretchen Richter with her size, but Holy Cross has dominated in the circle. And thus, they've owned the time of possession. Concilio again, trying to work around the Bison defense. She had 12 goals coming in, but her strength here in the first 12 minutes or so have been in the assist department. Loose ball, going to be scooped up here on the near side by McKay off the ground ball. McKay had 15 ground balls coming into today's game. Junior out of Simsbury, Connecticut, had a hat trick against Army on Wednesday. That was her first this year, 3rd of her career. Crusaders have been effective on the far side as we look at it, a Bison cage. Here's a pass that's going to go out of bounds back to Bucknell. Crusaders with 167 turnovers coming in. Bucknell a little bit more than that, 173. Crusaders with their second turnover here of this first half. Double team up the sidelines, going to produce a turnover. See, that's why it's so good to have somebody like the Holy Cross's Maddie Ward, because Bucknell's Allie Furby tried to do the same, just work her way up the sideline, but Holy Cross was ready for it with a double team and another turnover. And here's a pass across the cage. This shot's going to be wide to the left. Holy Cross, it seems like, their offensive modus operandi is going to be set up on the near side, pass it to the far side, and they feel like on the crossing pass, they have an open shot. And it certainly worked a couple of times here in this first half as Holy Cross trailed 4-0 early on. Right now finds itself only down by 2, and here's a free position shot for the Crusaders. Low shot, stick save by Bucknell's DeWitt off the shot attempt by McKay. McKay had a hat trick against Bucknell last year. She was 4th on the team with 15 goals. This year, she has 12 goals. Crusaders, after giving up 4 straight goals to start this game to Bucknell, have battled back with 2 straight of their own. Another whistle and a foul on Molinari this time. Stop play. And Holy Cross's Connors will have the free position opportunity. Official getting everybody in place here. See if Connors, that's quite a ways out. She'll probably look to pass. Yes, she does this time. And again, let's see if the Crusaders work on the near side and try and pass it to the far side. It's where they've had success in their first 2 goals today. Particularly with Concilio, the gal with the ball in her cross here. She'll go up top now to Baker. Earl. Once again, Concilio passing across. Ball knocked loose. It's in front. It's loose in front of the crease. And it'll be scooped up by Bucknell, and there'll be a slash. This will probably produce a card. We'll wait and see if the official registers a card. Nope. Boy, that could have easily been a slash as one of the sticks came across Catherine Doyle's face. Let's call it a free position. Here's the replay. Here comes Doyle, and maybe it was worse. Maybe it looked a lot worse than it really was. That's obviously what the official thought, and the official was right there as well. Whatever the case, Bucknell will gain possession with a little over 10 minutes left. Struggled clearing the ball last time as Holy Cross came up with a double team on the near side of the field. Here on the far side, though, it's pretty clear sailing, and here comes Bucknell, but Molinari will lose control. pick it back up and then throw it away. She intended it for her teammate who is coming out of the game, Furby, and so Holy Cross now on transition, having scored 2 goals in a row. Here they come, one-on-one. There's another goal for the Crusaders. Just miscommunication for the Bison that time. As getting that goal for the Crusaders going to be Alexis Layton, the freshman, with her 8th goal this year. That was just bad communication for the Bison. Furby was coming out, and Molinari had the ball in her cross, but she was unable to see that her teammate was subbing out, and she threw it to where she thought she was going to be, and so that'll be a turnover, and we'll have a timeout taken by Bucknell. Bucknell scored the first 4 goals of the game. The Crusaders have battled back with 3 goals in a row, and we stand 4-3 Bison with 10:14 left here in this first half. We'll take a timeout, come back with more in a moment. You're watching Patriot League Women's Lacrosse action on the Patriot League Network, powered by Campus Insiders. And one reason why the Crusaders have won 6 draws in a row. Richter back in the circle here. Let's see if she, in her second stint in the draw circle, can have more success. She's working against Connors, and there's going to be a foul. I kind of thought that Connors may have been a little quick on the draw. No pun intended there. And obviously, everybody has to start at the same time there, so Bucknell will be given possession here. This will be the first time Bucknell has had an offensive possession in about 6 minutes. Bison, of course, can't afford to be too quick trying to get a score. Need to be patient here and kind of work the ball around the Crusader perimeter and make Holy Cross work some. Manis with it behind the Bison cage. Bucknell loves to have a cutter come inside and try and go with the quick stick goal. There they go again, and Molinari was trying to get that stick goal, but the ball is deflected out, and it'll go out of bounds off the Bison as Lukowski tumbles out of bounds with it, and Holy Cross will gain possession. Again, once again, Bucknell likes to go with the stick goal, which is just basically you pass it across to someone who is cutting in front of the net and just smacks the ball off her cross. Crusaders looking to clear. This year they've cleared 78% of the time. And it looks like Ward is going to clear it this time. They basically try and get it to number 5 because she has the speed to basically hold on to the ball and not have to pass it. They are forced to pass. Things can get a little bit more tricky for the Crusaders. They gave up the first 4 goals of the game, and now they're trying to tie this game up. Ball is loose behind the cage, but it looks like the Crusaders, Layton will scoop up the ground ball. Alexis just scored the 3rd goal of the game for Holy Cross. All of them have been from the far side. Here's Ward on the near side. She's going to draw another foul on a push by the Bison. We'll see if Ward, a little bit of a tough angle here. We'll see if she passes this one off instead of going for the free position shot. Referee's trying to get everybody in position here. She's going to go for the shot, and it is saved, but they'll say it did trickle over for a goal. It was saved for a moment by DeWitt, but I guess the official said it did just trickle over to tie this game up at 4-4. So Ward's going to be getting her first goal this game. There's DeWitt. She initially saved it, and then it must have just trickled past her stick to come in to tie this game up at 4 with 8 minutes left. So it's been all Holy Cross after Bucknell took a 4-0 lead. Bison have not scored since the 19-minute mark of this first half. So with 8 minutes left, we're tied at 4, and this has been a very sore spot for the Bison. Draw controls. Ball is loose. It's heading towards the Holy Cross cage, but Holy Cross going to scoop it up. Holy Cross has not had this kind of success all year long in draw controls, and Bucknell, meanwhile, has dominated the draws. But not today. This has been Holy Cross's bugaboo, turnovers. And they're going to turn it over here, as trying to hold on to it was Giorgio, but she was under tremendous pressure. But Bucknell, it appears, turning the ball over too, as it will be scooped up by the Crusaders. And now they'll have possession, scoring 4 goals in a row. And if you follow the script, Bucknell is now going to score 4 goals in a row, I guess. That's how it's been here this first half. But Holy Cross with possession right now. Tie game 4-all. Trying to win their 3rd straight game after coming out of the chute 0-9. Bucknell, meanwhile, 8-3, 2-1 in the league. After losing big a couple of Saturdays ago at Boston University. That was their 4th game in 5 days. Holy Cross also lost its first league game of the year for winning in a shocker in many people's eyes against Navy and beating Army. Holy Cross being very deliberate this offensive possession, working the ball around, getting it over here to the near side to McKay. Molly Pfaff just touched the ball a moment ago. Haven't called Molly's name here. Here's a shot and a score for the Crusaders. Putting it in that time is going to be McKay. She was able to get it in for 5 straight goals for Holy Cross with 6:27 left. That's not the way the script is supposed to go. Bucknell was supposed to score 4 more in a row, as McKay able to dodge off to her right and put it in. McKay, of course, coming off a hat trick Wednesday against Army. Had a hat trick against Bucknell last year. That'll be her 13th goal this year and her 13th point, as McKay's all of her points have been off of goals. Bucknell finds itself down for the first time today, 5-4, and they can't seem to win or draw either. Ball popped up, and this time Richter will control the draw. Bucknell pushing the pace up here. Will set up the offense down for the first time today to a resurgent Holy Cross team. Bucknell, of course, did not win a Patriot League game in all of their tries last year and were picked dead last in the preseason poll. In fact, they were picked behind Army West Point, which is in its first year of competition. Here's a point-blank stick goal, and Bucknell will tie it up with Emily Becker's 2nd goal of this first half. That's kind of been what Bucknell coach Randall Swope likes to see from her team. Just the stick goal, got it just in from Manis and able to slice in front of Maloney and put it in. And Becker, as we said, having a great senior campaign, 5 goals against Lafayette on Wednesday, has her 2nd goal here today. Manis with that assist that time, and Christina has her 25th assist this season, 2 today. She had 6 points against Lafayette on Wednesday. She's 5th in Bucknell history now in terms of assists, and we're all knotted at 5. Just under 6 minutes left. Once again, the all-important draw control, and boy, kind of thought Richter was a little quick on that draw, but no whistle, and the Crusaders are going to scoop up the loose ball anyway, and Holy Cross will regain possession. Weaving her way in is Johnson. Johnson will pull it back out, give it back over to Layton. Holy Cross will now move into the offensive area. Margie Smith had 4 goals last year, the senior with 8 goals this season. Smith with it. Very windy day here today at Graham Field and Holmes Stadium. Bison led it 4-0. Holy Cross scored 5 straight goals to take a 5-4 lead. Here's another opportunity. Loose at the Bison crease. And there's a battle for it on the end line. A little push there.
No foul, but Holy Cross will gain possession. Boy, Gilbertson pushing from behind that time. The Crusaders laden, but no foul, just go out of bounds. Back to the Crusaders. 4.5 minutes left in this first half. Crusaders have won 2 in a row. The Bison have won 2 in a row. Bucknell has won 4 of its last 5. Nice dodge that time by Ward, who had a goal earlier in this half. Crusaders sending the cutter across. In that case, it was Stephanie Ford, who has a couple of goals today. In fact, she scored the first 2 goals of this game for Holy Cross. Another whistle and a foul, and should be a free position pass for the Crusaders here. A 5-5 game. Holy Cross led Wednesday against Army West Point, 8-5. That game played in Worcester. The win over Navy also was in Worcester. In fact, the Crusaders come into today's game 0-5 on the road. Bucknell was picked 10th and in last place in the preseason poll. Holy Cross was picked 6th, which would be the final open slot for a Patriot League postseason tournament berth, which both of these coaches want to see their team pick up. Here comes a whistle and a foul on Bucknell. Be a free position pass. It was outside the scoring fan area, or was it? Hard to judge from our vantage point. Just on the doorstep, so it'll be a free position shot for the Crusaders. Officials getting everybody in position here. Looks like Connors across the way. She'll go with the pass inside, a shot that just deflects off, and looks like the Crusaders closest to it there. Nope, I guess they said Bucknell was closest to it, as DeWitt is going to get it. DeWitt had a turnover that led to a Holy Cross score probably about 10 minutes ago. Bison will look to clear. They're going to work the middle of the field. They haven't done that this game. Kind of been working the sidelines, and ball loose, but it's going to be picked up off the bounce by Doyle. Catherine will put on the brakes, and Bucknell will get the ball back out to the big redhead, Emily Becker. Bucknell took a 4-0 lead off a goal by Richter. That coming with about 19 minutes left. Crusaders able to get their first goal by Stephanie Ford. Just about 30 seconds after that. Here's Rickles with a nice dodge. Defense undulates toward her though. With 2:41 left, Bucknell will set up the offense. After Bucknell saw Holy Cross pull within 4-1, it was all Crusaders for about an 8-minute or 9-minute stretch. As Bucknell saw its 4-goal lead evaporate, and then the Crusaders actually went on top by a goal. Here comes a whistle and a foul on Holy Cross, and I guess they're going to say the defender for the Crusaders was holding. Get a good look of our official. And Bucknell will have a free position shot, and it appears it'll be Lukowski who is going to take it. So here comes Eve Lukowski, and here's Maloney getting in position, taking on Lukowski. It'll be a shot. It'll be a save by Maloney. She went down low, and Maloney was ready for it. Coming into today's game, Maloney had 86 saves, 7th all-time in Holy Cross history in terms of saves, but Holy Cross got forced out of bounds. Looks like Maddie Ward working her way up the sideline, and for the first time today, Ward unable to get it. And boy, Amanda not happy with that call. They basically, that's been their bread and butter in terms of clearing. They just give the ball to number 5, and with her speed, she just works up the sideline, but she was forced out of bounds. I think Belichick wanted a push on Bucknell, but no such call, and so the ball goes back in possession of the Bison in a 5-5 game Working our way to 90 seconds left in the half. Bucknell, as we said, if you just tuned in, led it by a score of 4-0. The Crusaders battled back. Bucknell baseball playing across the way in Depew Field, leading 7-0 last we saw in the 5th inning of a 7-inning game against Lehigh, last year's Patriot League postseason champs. Becker with a nice feed and a shot to score. What a feed by Becker, tumbling over with the 6th goal of the game. I think it's Richter. We'll double check here. Bucknell has regained the lead. It will be Richter who gets credit with the score. Look at that pass from Becker, and Richter, who is so tall, basically almost like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who I know was recruited by the College of the Holy Cross in basketball back in the 60s, since he's from New York. And of course, the Crusaders get a lot of their student athletes from New York, as well as just students in general. But almost looked like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar against Tiny Archibald, using a Boston Celtics reference, since Worcester only about an hour from Boston. And of course, a lot of Holy Cross fans would remember 2 great Boston Celtics players, Bob Cousy, Tom Heinsohn. Of course, the Celtics knocked off the Warriors last night, sending Golden State to its first loss at home this year. So Becker gets the assist. Here's the draw control, and it looks like the Crusaders will come away with it. Mark Hagemeyer getting pushed aside. The official photographer of the Bison, pushed aside by Amanda Belichick, as Bucknell's going to come up with a turnover. Get it to DeWitt. Bucknell with 40 seconds left in the half will have possession again, as they'll get it up to the 50-yard line. Push it downfield. There'll be a whistle and a foul as it got into the stick of Doyle, and she was pushed from behind. Coach Belichick for Holy Cross, you can't see it, but Bucknell's photographer, Mark Hagemeyer, was out in the field of play area. She had to push him back, say, move. So Bucknell with it with 26 ticks left in the half, trying to go back up by 2 goals. Here's Rickles with a spinning move. Loose ball. Picked up with 16 seconds left by Becker. She's like a bull in a china shop. Just running right towards the goal, and her shot's going to bounce wide to the left. Bucknell with 11 seconds left in the half. Put the ball back in play. 6 seconds. 5. Here's a shot to score! Oh, my almighty! With 2.5 seconds left, Richter does it again. Four goals here today for Gretchen, after she had 3 goals and 5 draws Wednesday against Lafayette. That's a crushing score for the Bison, with 2.5 seconds left here in this first half. Good defense by Holy Cross all the way to the very end. Oh, I'm sorry, they gave it to Lukowski, not number 6. Lukowski gets her 2nd goal. She had Bucknell's 1st goal of the game. So Eve is going to score here with 2.5 seconds left, and Bucknell does find itself up by 2 goals. This draw may well end this first half here. Been a back and forth affair. Bucknell scored the first 4 goals of the game. Crusaders scored 5 in a row. And Bucknell will win this draw to end this first half. But what a wild, woolly first half it was, as the Crusaders find themselves down by 2 after battling back, down 4 early. And Bucknell able to take a 7-5 lead as we go to our halftime break. Once again, the score, Bison 2-1 in the Patriot League. College of the Holy Cross 2-1, and the Bison have a 2-goal lead over the visitors from Worcester, Massachusetts, the Crusaders 7-5. Stay tuned. We'll have some halftime programming for you, and certainly a very exciting second half of action coming up as well. Once again, the score at the break, it's the Bison 7, the Crusaders 5. Back with more in a moment. This is Bucknell Bison women's lacrosse action on the Patriot League Network, powered by Campus Insiders. And welcome back once again here to Graham Field and home stadium as the Bucknell Bison able to get a 4-goal lead to start this first half. Then saw the visitors from Worcester, Massachusetts score 5 goals of their own in a row, take a 5-4 lead with 6:27 left in the half. Bucknell tied it up thanks to a Richter goal rather. And then Eve Lukowski officially gets credit with the 7th goal of the half with 2.5 seconds left in the first half. And as you can see, our first half stats, both teams able to take 12 shots. Both teams pretty impressive in terms of clears. Actually, a few more opportunities for saves for DeWitt. Maloney came up with a couple for Holy Cross. The last stat was probably the thing that Coach Belichick of Holy Cross was more upset with, a 9-6 lead or deficit, however you want to look at it, in terms of turnovers. That's something they probably didn't want to see. Bucknell caused 7 turnovers in that first half, and the Crusaders only caused 1 turnover. Bison right now getting ready to start this second half with Holy Cross. Both teams winners of 2 in a row. Both of them are Patriot League wins, as the Crusaders shocked Navy last Saturday 7-6, and then came back and won a midweek game against Army West Point. Final there, that contest was 15-7. Bucknell, meanwhile, last Saturday knocked off that same Army West Point team, as the Bison led 9-0 in that contest before winning that one. 19-9 was the final last week. There's the Holy Cross bench. Coach Belichick right now coming into your screen. And we're ready to start this second half here at Graham Field in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. As you can possibly tell when we have a wider shot, well, you can see the trees swaying in the background. A front is starting to move its way through the middle portion of the Keystone State. Actually, there's a chance of snow tonight. We didn't have stats for draw controls from the first half, but Bucknell was really successful with draw controls coming into this game. But in that first half, Holy Cross dominated in the draw circle. Be a foul here on the draw break. Bucknell coach Randall Swope loves the draw break. This is Maddie Molinari after a foul called on probably Maddie Ward for the Crusaders. Officials getting everybody put into position here. The Bison, which scored 4 goals in a row to start the game here today, trying to regain the momentum. Molinari will just pass the ball out, and Bucknell will set up its offense here. Bison trailed 5-4 after 4 straight goals scored by Holy Cross. Bucknell trying to win it, take its 3rd straight goal. Here's a stick save by the Crusaders' Maloney. Ball comes all the way out to the near sideline. It's punched forward by the Crusaders, and there'll be a whistle and a foul as Johnson will scoop up the ground ball. She had 23 ground balls to lead this Holy Cross team in that category coming in. Johnson, in fact, was 5th on the team in terms of caused turnovers last year. She has 10 of those this season, none in the first half. And here's Holy Cross quickly pushing the ball up as they'll set up the offense moving left to right this half. Oh, there's an opportunity, and it's going to be shoved just to the left of the goal off the cross of Margie Smith, the Mountain Lakes, New Jersey senior. Smith was trying to scoop it in past Bucknell goalkeeper freshman Jamie DeWitt. DeWitt out of Basking Ridge, New Jersey. Helped her high school team win 3 straight county titles. Crusaders trail at 7-5, gave up a goal with 2 seconds, 2.5 officially, left in that first half. Battle for a loose ball, and it'll be possession Holy Cross. Celio was trying to battle in there. She had 6 points against Army. She's moved into the top 10 in the all-time Holy Cross annals in terms of assists. And Concilio had assists on the first 2 goals for the Crusaders in the first half, both of them taken by Ford. Nice dodge here. And it'll be a whistle and a foul against Bucknell. Super dodge by Connors, the freshman out of Bedford, New York. And Connors will probably have the free position shot here. See if she chooses to go one-on-one. See if she angles to her left. That's the way DeWitt is playing her, at least. May try and come back to the right once we hear the whistle. There's the shot. And DeWitt did play her off to her right. And Connors definitely went to her left. Bucknell looks to clear. The Bison able to clear 8 of her 11. Here comes the replay, and there's the save by Jamie. Bucknell quickly in the transition. Now set up the offense as Holy Cross got back nicely defensively. What's kind of interesting is that Bucknell and Lafayette were scoreless about the last 7 minutes of their game Wednesday, as Bucknell held on to defeat the Leopards by a 13-12 margin on the road at Easton. And meanwhile, Holy Cross last Saturday getting a big win against Navy, and the Mids and the Crusaders went scoreless for like 12 straight minutes to end the game. So Holy Cross held on for a 7-6 victory, their first against the Midshipmen since 2011. We were keeping update on baseball across the way as Bucknell opened the Patriot League season against defending champs Lehigh, and the Bison held on for a 7-5 victory. Bucknell led that 7-0 at one point, or 7-1 at least. Here at women's lacrosse, Becker, quick pass over to Molinari. The ball's knocked loose. It's still loose coming up the near side, and it'll be scooped up for a moment by the Crusaders. Then Molinari from behind got tackled. And Bucknell will gain possession here as she got tangled up here with Johnson. The junior coming from behind, tripped and fell. I don't think it was intentional by any stretch, but she tripped and fell. Here's a replay of it. You can see they were trying to look for the loose ball, and you see she went down, but when she went down, Johnson fell over the heels, basically, of Molinari, and thankfully both players are okay. Could easily lead to an injury either to Johnson if her face got caught by the back heel of Molinari's foot, or of course Molinari being rolled up. Molinari, a very dangerous pass, but they'll call a foul on Holy Cross as the ball, or the cross rather, went up high that time off Drollinger against Rickles. Drollinger had a cause turnover against Army. She's 7th all time in Holy Cross history in terms of cause turnovers. Here's a sweeping shot by Lukowski. She'll miss it wide right. The official had pulled her flag out, but since there was no disruption of play, Bucknell gained possession, regained possession, I guess, on the missed shot. Bison were just given that possession. Talked with Coach Swope yesterday and mentioned that this was going to be a breezy day here today. It's actually supposed to be even more breezy here in the Lewisburg area tomorrow with gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Said, will that affect things? And she said, no, probably not, as we have another whistle and a foul going to be called against Johnson again. Johnson had an assist in a big win last year against Bucknell. Bison lead the all-time series against Holy Cross 14-12. But last year, Crusaders with that assist and many more opportunities, won 12-10 in overtime. Here's a shot well up over the crossbar. Free position opportunity for, I think that was Richter. It was. Bucknell closest to it, so they'll get the restart. We were talking about how slowly that first half went. So we had 12 total goals, and it seemed like each team would score a bunch in a row. Here's Richter from Becker. What a shot inside. And actually, it's going to be 16 instead of 6, I think. We'll double check on that. But it's 8-5 Bison nonetheless. Can definitely tell you that Becker got the assist. That's going to be her second assist in Bucknell's last 3 goals. Oh, it was Manis who was able to punch it through for her first goal today. Christina off the Becker feed, and Bucknell has now scored 3 goals in a row. And what a twisting, turning shot for Manis. Junior out of Manhasset, New York, who had 6 points against Lafayette on Wednesday, has her 3rd point today. She had a couple of assists and now her first goal. So as you saw a moment ago, that's her 20th. Now in her junior campaign, she's 5th in Bucknell history in assists. That was a goal off an assist by Becker. Becker gets her 2nd assist out of the last 3 goals for the Bison, and her 12th, make it 11th. Here's a whistle, and looks like we'll have another redraw here. So Bucknell, this has definitely been a game of momentum swings here as Bucknell started this game leading 4-0. Last goal coming with a little over 19 minutes left in the first half. Then the Crusaders went on a 5-0 run, and they were able to take a 5-4 lead before Bucknell able to score 3 in a row to end the first half, take a 7-5 lead. Now Bucknell has scored the first goal of the second half, so Bison have tied what they did in the first roughly 11 minutes or so of that first half by scoring 4 goals in a row. But I guess it's now time for Holy Cross to score 5 goals in a row. But first things first, a ball knocked loose, be a whistle and a foul. Rickles has it in her cross, and looks like turnovers again are going to be the bugaboo of Coach Belichick's Holy Cross team. Holy Cross had 7 in the first half. And Bucknell going to get a turnover as they will pass it upfield, and it'll go out of bounds back to Holy Cross. The Bison were looking to clear, but Furby couldn't catch up with that pass, so Holy Cross will get the restart with Johnson. And the Crusaders get the ball back with a little over 23 minutes left here. The team that wins this will have won 3 Patriot League games in a row and certainly have to feel much better about their chances of making the Patriot League postseason tournament, even though we're only about halfway through the league schedule. Loser's certainly not out of it, but when you have to play teams like Loyola, oh, here's another pass that is swiped away by the Bison. Bucknell has gotten in the passing lanes very nicely here today. Oh, DeWitt with a long pass, and here at midfield, it's going to be taken by Richter. She'll go with the dodge, but she'll lose the handle on the ball. But it'll be a foul, it appears, on Giorgio. Giorgio, who was 5th on the team with 12 goals scored last year, she had to get a goal this year. The junior out of Madison, Connecticut, who in high school was a great athlete, as most of these young women are. She swam in her high school, winning the New England 200 medley and the free. She wanted to put her obvious talents of women's lacrosse play in action here in college, though. And Bucknell with possession here, trying to win, trying to score 5 goals of its own for the first time here today. Holy Cross did it after the Crusaders were down 4-0. Becker up top, passing the ball behind the cage. Holy Cross swarming defensively. Bucknell will just go back up top with it to Rickles. Got about 9 minutes of this second half. Only 1 goal here to this point. By this time of the first half, it was 3-0 Bison. The defenses have clamped down some here in the first third of the second half. Manis with a nice dodge. She's going to draw a foul. Boy, what a good dodge that time as Drollinger was kind of left behind. Drollinger, who hails from Mountain Lakes, New Jersey. Her mom and dad both played sports at Denison University. As Manis will go with the free position pass if she can move away from a double team. And it's loose. Ground ball going to be scooped up by Holy Cross. So Bucknell turning the ball over a little bit more here this half as they'll get it downfield to Concilio. She'll draw a foul against Bucknell. Gilbertson with the whistle. Annie's dad played football at Lafayette. There's Holy Cross on the restart here. The first half, what they did was they put Concilio over on the left side, and then they passed it to the right side. It looks like that's what their offensive game plan is here, down 8-5 with a little over 20 minutes remaining. Holy Cross has yet to win a road game. They're 0-5. Bucknell here at Graham Field is 3-2. They knocked off Army West Point last Saturday by 10 goals, 19-9. Here's a nice pass, and it is knocked loose, but off the deflection, going to be picked up by McKay, who has Holy Cross's last goal of this game. Crusaders led 5-4 at that point with 5:55 left in the half. Bucknell would get a Becker goal, a Richter goal to end the first half. And then able to get Lukowski with 2.5 seconds left in the half to score a goal to take a 7-5 lead. Here's a pass across, a little high, deflected though, into the hands of Holy Cross. Stick save by DeWitt, and the ball is loose. Who's going to scoop up the ground ball? Looks like Bucknell will do so. So they're able to get it in the cross of Rennie Tankersley, the chemical engineering major who was late for practice yesterday because of her engineering classes. She'll get a successful clear. And Bucknell will come back the other way, leading at 8-5. Bison bench trying to exhort their teammates. Becker will go to Rickles, to Molinari. Bucknell will work behind the Crusaders' cage. Molinari with the dodge. Johnson, good sticky defense on her though. Holy Cross defense has been really good here since the opening first few minutes. Bucknell certainly has scored 5 goals in a row, I guess. Trailed at 5-4, or 4 goals in a row, I'm sorry. Oh, here's a pass that's stolen away by the goalkeeper, Maloney. But she's out of the cage and she lost the handle of the ball. It's going to ricochet across the field and it'll go out of bounds to whom? Looks like Holy Cross. Boy, that was a great steal by Maloney. But boy, she also ran out with the ball and took a chance there. Here she'll pass up the near side. Crusaders Giorgio will just race herself down the near sideline, beat Richter. And Holy Cross now will set up camp, trailing at 8-5 with about 17.5 minutes left. They'll pass across. Ward checked out there defensively, but finally they will blow a whistle. Be a free position shot upcoming. Said that Smershish had a legal check at first, but then she pushed Maddie across the field. That's a no-no. And Ward looking for her second goal today. Have a free position shot and a score. She went right between the legs on the 5-hole, as they like to call it, of the goalkeeper DeWitt. And Holy Cross with 17-17 remaining, pulls within 2 at 8-6. Free position shot there for Ward. Had a career high 5 goals against Army. Third hat trick of her career, and she has her second goal here. And we have a media timeout with 17-17 left. It's the Bison 8, the Crusaders 6. We'll come back with more in a moment. You're watching Patriot League Women's Lacrosse action on the Patriot League Network, powered by Campus Insiders. There's a good shot of the last goal producer for the Crusaders, Maddie Ward. Ward with her second goal here today. Able to pull Holy Cross within 2. She had 9 goals, 4 assists back in 2015. She was 4th on the team in terms of assists. Looking for her 4th hat trick in her career. She had 5 goals, which was a hat trick, obviously, on Wednesday. The win, 19-9 over Army West Point. And the all-important draw. Haven't had too many draws here in this second half because we haven't had too many goals scored. Just 2 goals total have been put up about halfway through this second half. Ball high in the air, and it looks like Richter is going to get the draw herself. She had 5 of those Wednesday against Lafayette. Oh, Manis loses the handle on the ball. Battle for it, and it looks like the Crusaders. Giorgio's going to pick up another loose ball. Holy Cross back in business. Bucknell, as I said before, scored 4 goals in a row to start this game. Just a moment ago, had 4 goals in a row. That was snapped by that Maddie Ward goal. And we'll have to wait and see here if the Crusaders can score 5 goals in a row like they did in the first half. Holy Cross will send Layton back on to the field. They'll get the ball, the offensive end, and pass it to Layton. Lexus had the 3rd goal of the first half for Holy Cross. Nice dodge. Defense will move over. Here's a shot, but going to be right in this cross of DeWitt. A shot taken by Margie Smith. Smith was looking for her first goal here today. DeWitt being chased around, and she moves out of the crease, and they call a foul. Whoa. Very dangerous situation for the freshman goalkeeper, who, as long as she stays in the crease, she can't be bothered, but she was running around. It was like she was running around a pole out there. She was being chased by the Crusaders' Stephanie Ford. DeWitt has a twin sister on the Bucknell team, so does Ford. For the Crusaders, and here's another turnover for Bucknell. Holy Cross was plagued with turnovers in the first half, and here in this second half, Bucknell has had some major turnovers, and here come the Crusaders again. Maddie Smith, first time she's touched the ball. Smith, the junior out of New York State. Only played in a couple of games total last 2 years. Comes from an athletic family. Her dad was drafted by the New York Metropolitans. Sister actually plays lacrosse at Siena. And another turnover. This one taken by Bucknell. Ball is loose, though, and it appears that the Bison will scoop up the loose ball. Tankersley with it. Here's DeWitt. She'll pass it up the near side. Richter get the feed from Doyle. Here's another pass to Molinari. Point blank shot by Lukowski, and Bucknell will score. Boy, that was a point blank shot that time on the transition for the orange and blue. And Eve's going to have her 2nd goal scored today. Make a 3rd goal. She'll have the hat trick. Look at that dodge. Angled to her left, came back to her right, and boy, Eve Lukowski, the Patriot League Attacker of the Week on March the 14th, has just had a terrific sophomore year. That's her 24th goal this season, 3rd today. She has 47 points. She's 2nd in the Patriot League in points per game, 3rd in assists. Only had 14 points all of last year. She has really come alive here. Ellicott City, Maryland sophomore, pacing the Bison in terms of overall points. Has her 3rd point today, and Bucknell leads it by 3 goals, 9-6, with a little under 15 minutes left. Oh, that draw. Looked like Richter just kind of snookered Connors in the draw circle. Connors thought she had her cross on that ball, but fortunately for her, she did not. So Bucknell will try and get a good look here, leading it 9-6 rather. And of course, Bucknell led it 8-5 a moment ago. For Holy Cross got that goal. Cut it to 1. Here's a goal, a stick goal opportunity for Richter. Bucknell's favorite play, but it was snuffed out nicely. Although there's a loose ball here. Ball comes free of Button's cross. And Bucknell's Becker going to come up with the loose ball. That's kind of what hurt Holy Cross in the first half. Had a lot of turnovers. Here it's been Bucknell with the turnovers this half, and ball is loose again. Button's battling in there, along with Lukowski, and they'll give possession to Holy Cross. Quick restart for the Crusaders. Trying to get that goal back that they just gave up. Holy Cross will bring back in Baker Earl. Earl, another great athlete on this team. Also a top 10 runner in cross country. And in her high school, Mom, a two-time leading scorer for Ohio Wesleyan. Crusaders passing the ball around. Another loose ball, though, and a turnover. Seems like Holy Cross's turnovers, for the most part, have happened in the offensive end, the attack end. Bucknell's have happened in the open part of the field, like right now. There'll be a whistle and a push on Bucknell, on Smershish, so Holy Cross will get it. So Holy Cross has turned the ball over numerous times, usually when they're in the scoring fan area. Bucknell, meanwhile, has turned the ball over numerous times, particularly in this second half, but it's been more in clearing situations. Here's Ward with it. As Maddie nearly had a good look. Instead, Holy Cross will set up the offense. There's a point-blank shot, and it's loose. And DeWitt will come up with the save. Here she goes, being chased around the crease again. She'll get this pass out, but Bucknell has not had much success clearing. With 12 minutes left, the official will call a foul, allowing Bucknell's Tankersley to have a free position pass. Well, it looked like a good shot by Margie Smith, but DeWitt came up with the save for the Bison. There's a good shot of head coach Amanda Belichick in her first year. Daughter of Bill Belichick, and if you're wondering, they do love lacrosse. Remember, Coach Belichick was an assistant coach with the Naval Academy in football for a number of years as he was working his way up his career. And obviously, in Maryland and being at Navy, lacrosse history is very rich and deep there, both in the old line state as well as at the U.S. Naval Academy. That's where Coach Belichick first got his love of lacrosse. His dad actually was a coach at the U.S. Naval Academy. And his daughter has picked up the pace too, or picked up the cause, I should say. Of course, she was a great player at Wesleyan. Also coached there. Here's Lukowski being bumped into. Bucknell trying to look for a good shot here, leading it by 3 goals. And every time Lukowski makes a dodge, the Holy Cross bench erupts, trying to get the defense to slide over. Rickles giving the ball up to Lukowski, over to Molinari. Maddie will go with a shot as she gets knocked over. No foul. The Bucknell bench asking for a call. Ball will go out of play off the shot attempt. Bucknell closest to it. And they do put up a yellow card. And we're going to have our first man-up opportunity for Bucknell. They throw the yellow on Carrie-Ann Moran, the sophomore from Manhasset, New York. And there is the shot that missed, and then going tumbling was Bucknell's Molinari. So Bucknell will have a free position shot here, and Bucknell will have a one-woman advantage as well. There's the shot by Molinari, bounces off the far post. Ball is loose, and it looks like Bucknell will scoop up the ground ball, and the Bison for the next couple of minutes will play with a woman advantage. Bison will probably try and eat some clock here because they don't have as many defenders that they'll have to work with or work against. We wound under 10 minutes left. Bucknell is passing the ball out. Rickles getting it out wide. Unless Bucknell gets probably just a wide open look, they probably will not look to score here. But obviously, if they do get a really good opportunity, I'm sure they'll take that. Becker with the dodge. She'll bring it back out. Got another minute or so left on this penalty. Rickles. Back to Lukowski. Bucknell with the advantage after the yellow card that was given to Moran. Here's a pass across the way, and it's stolen by Holy Cross's goalkeeper, Maloney. And a timeout is taken by Coach Belichick and Holy Cross. So we'll take a break with them with 8:53 remaining in this one. It's a tight one here. Winner of this game will have won 3 Patriot League games in a row. Both Holy Cross and Bucknell looking for that distinction. 9-6 the Bison with the edge. We'll come back with more from Graham Field in a moment. You're watching Patriot League Women's Lacrosse on the Patriot League Network, powered by Campus Insiders. Welcome back once again here to Holmes Stadium, Graham Field. You can see the score, 9-6 Bucknell. Doesn't tell the entire story with just under 9 minutes remaining in this second half. Bucknell led 4-0 to start this game. Crusaders came storming back with 5 goals of their own. Took a 5-4 lead, but then Bucknell scored 3 in a row. Their last goal coming with 2.5 seconds left in the first half. Eve Lukowski, the leading point producer for the Bison this year, able to score. And Bucknell led at the break 7-5. Bison got the first goal of the second half, led 8-5. Holy Cross came back, though, got a goal of their own to pull within 2, 8-6. And then Bucknell just got a goal about 6 minutes ago from Lukowski, her third of this game. And the Bison, as you can see, lead at 9-6. Coach Belichick working her way down to the far sideline, trying to direct her offense. Holy Cross, very important offensive possession for them. They've turned the ball over here in this end of the field quite a few times today. Haven't turned the ball over in clears hardly at all. Bucknell has had a number of turnovers, mainly in clear situations. Crusaders working on the far side of the net. That's kind of been how they've liked to set up their offense. At least this half. In the first half, of course, they were setting up on the near side, but on the left side of the net, if you will. Then they try and pass it across, whereas Bucknell sends someone down the middle. Holy Cross sends them usually down the wing on the far side. So it's a little longer pass, and maybe that's caused some of their turnovers here. As Bucknell has been able to have enough time to have somebody stand in front of that pass and get across, whereas Bucknell's offense has kind of come down the middle of the scoring fan area, and it's been a less of a pass. Here's a low shot. It's going to skip in front of the Bison cage, saved by DeWitt, but there will be a foul and I think a free position pass. Nope, shot upcoming for Holy Cross's Margie Smith. Margie will take this shot right down the middle of the bowling alley here. And it's going to be deflected, but there'll be a push. It'll be another free position shot for Smith. This one's going to be backed up to the top of the scoring fan area. It's kind of like a replay, a redo, if you will. Just under 7 minutes remaining. Oh, she'll pass this time. There's a shot and a score. Good pass that time by Smith, and let's see who gets credit for the score that time. Looks like it's going to be Holy Cross's McKay. McKay scored the last goal of the first half for Holy Cross. She will get this one here. Here's the replay. Good pass by Smith, and McKay almost falling down, able to get it in. With now 6:56 left. There's a good shot of Tess McKay. Tess, who had the hat trick against Army on Wednesday, now has her second goal today. Actually, that is her third goal today. She had the last goal for the Crusaders as well. So she now has her fourth hat trick of her career, and back-to-back games. She has been able to register 3 goals. There's a nice pass to Molinari. There's a shot that's deflected by Holy Cross, and it looks like Maloney will come up with it. And the Crusaders will look to clear. Now, they typically like to just have one player run up the near sideline. Usually it's Ward, but Ward doesn't have the ball in her cross. It's Giorgio. And this is going to be a little bit more difficult clear unless they can get it across to Ward. There's Ward over on the far side, but Bucknell's going to double team her. I'm sorry, that wasn't Ward, that was Johnson. Bucknell with a little bit harder ride this time. Crusaders button with it. Now she'll give it up to Drollinger, and Drollinger will come across midfield. And Holy Cross, with 6 minutes left, will clear. Cassie was looking to attack. Now we'll pull it back out. Casey, excuse me. And Crusaders back on the attack here, down only 2. Still a lot of time left in this game. Ward with it. She scored a couple of times here today. Back up to Connors. Pass inside. Bounces outside. Connors again double teamed on the near side. Back up top. This is a great opportunity. Be a whistle and a foul and a free position shot. Official had put her flag in the air, and looks like there'll be a free position shot for the Crusaders again here. Looks like Margie Smith, she passed it last time. Let's see if she tries to take the shot this time. One-on-one with DeWitt. She will score. And the Crusaders pull within 1 again with 5:12 left. Holy Cross, which trailed 4-0 to start the game, scored 5 goals in a row to take a 5-4 lead. Bucknell able to score 4 more goals in a row to go on top 8-5. And then Holy Cross scored to make it 8-6. Bucknell got its last goal with about 12 minutes left. And the Bison find themselves at that time up 9-6, but the Crusaders have scored 2 more goals in a row. And as we go to the 5-minute mark of this game, it's Bucknell 9, Holy Cross 8. Why don't we take a timeout here as Bucknell coach Randall Swope has taken a timeout. We'll come back with more in a moment. You're watching Patriot League network coverage of Patriot League Women's Lacrosse, powered by Campus Insiders. Welcome back once again to Graham Field as Gretchen Richter will go into the draw circle, and it appears coming back in there will be Caitlin Concilio. Concilio had 6 points against Bucknell in last year's game, has a couple of points in today's game, both on assists. And Holy Cross pulls within 1. Now, last Saturday, the last 12 minutes of the game between Navy and Holy Cross, neither team scored. Here on Wednesday, Bucknell's game at Lafayette and Easton, neither team scored the last 7 minutes. We'll see if either team scores here in the next 5 minutes of this game. Holy Cross wins the draw. Now they're going to look to clear. They'll go backwards here. Now come across, getting it over to Moran. She loses a handle on the ball. Be a whistle and a foul, and Bucknell, it appears, going to get a yellow card, and now the Crusaders are going to have an advantage here with 4:56 left as Audrey Walsh checked in, and the freshman out of Needham, Massachusetts, playing against the team from the state of Massachusetts, gets called. So now Holy Cross. Now Bucknell had a woman advantage about midway through this second half. Bison were unable to score on it. See what Holy Cross can do in the man-up situation, or woman up in this case. Crusaders down a goal with 4:43 left. Connors Pass it across the field, and the ball's going to be knocked loose again. Bucknell, though, looking to clear, and they have not had any success at all at clearing. Bucknell has had the majority of its turnovers in clear situations. They call a foul, though, against Holy Cross, and the Holy Cross coaches were yelling up at the clock operator, which is floor above us, and they may put a few more seconds on the clock. It shows 4:25, but I think they're going to relay a little bit more time, so maybe you go up to 5:30 or 5:20 or 4:30 or 4:29. We'll see here. They better get that clock fixed. Yep. They started play, but I think they were going to go to 4:31, but the clock shows 43 1/10. That's not what they want. So they're going to have to restart here, and I think they're going to put 4 minutes and 31 seconds. It was at 4:25, but definitely here's a good shot on Bison Vision on the Patriot League Network. Yep. Now it's 4:31. They had 43 1/10, but that would probably benefit Bucknell a little bit. Bison looking to clear here, up only a goal. See if Bucknell looks to eat up clock or if they will indeed look to try and score. When Bucknell had the woman advantage there about midway through this half, they pretty much looked to eat up clock. Of course, they led 9-6. Here's a loose ball and a late whistle. Boy, the Holy Cross bench erupts. They can't believe it. As the ball was knocked loose, and Coach Belichick runs up the near sideline. She's pleading with the official, which is all the way down to her left, to the other end of the field. In fact, she's over on the Bucknell side of the field now. Bucknell try to put the ball into play on the restart, and the ball's knocked loose. And Holy Cross is going to come up with it. They'll get it to Maloney. And Maloney is going to pass to the end line. And Holy Cross will look to clear. Their turnovers have not come in clear situations, but the ball just got away from Maloney. You've got to be kidding me. They had not turned the ball over in clear situations much, but to be quite honest, what had happened was they got the ball, for the most part, to Maddie Ward. And Ward just kind of on her own ran up the sideline. So Bucknell will get it back, only leading by a goal with now 3.5 minutes left here in Lewisburg. Holy Cross and Bucknell both riding 2-game winning streaks. The Crusaders started 2016. Here's another ball knocked loose. And Holy Cross is going to come away with it and a push on the Bison. Holy Cross started 2016, losing their first 9 games before finally getting their first win last Saturday at home against Navy in what really was, to be quite honest, probably a shocker to most of the Patriot League folks. Holy Cross looking to clear. Again, they do not like to pass the ball in clearing situations. They just like to have one person carry the ball themselves across the midfield stripe. When they are forced to pass, they haven't had as much success. Bucknell, meanwhile, doesn't really have that in their clearing option. They typically pass the ball in clears. They don't have a whole lot of success there either. Crusaders with it, only down a goal. Here's a shot and a score. Holy Cross will tie it up with 2:39 left. And it's Concilio getting her first goal of this game. With 2:39. And Bucknell will have to go back in the draw circle. Concilio working her way across on the far side and then swung the ball right past the right ear hole of Jamie DeWitt. And we're tied at 9 here. Concilio, who had 6 points against Army, has her 3rd here today. Had 6 points last year against the Bison. First goal today, her 13th of this, her senior season. And now Coach Randall Swope will take a timeout with 2:39 left. This draw, when we return here in Lewisburg, going to be ever important. 2:39 left. Bucknell 9, Holy Cross 9. We'll come back the next 2.5 minutes in a moment. You're watching Bison Vision on the Patriot League Network, powered by Campus Insiders. Welcome back once again to Graham Field here in Lewisburg, where Bucknell has seen a 9-6 advantage evaporate, and the Crusaders, scoring the last 3 goals, have tied things up with 2:39 left in regulation, 9-9. Bucknell baseball won 7-5 earlier today across the way at Graham Field, across the way of Graham Field at Depew Field, beating last year's Patriot League champs, Lehigh. Bucknell women won at Lafayette in softball earlier today, 7-0. Here it's 9-9. Both Holy Cross and Bucknell trying to win 3 Patriot League games in a row. Here's the draw. Richter going to win it. Let's see what Bucknell does here. Lukowski with it, being checked by Johnson all the way. Pass it out. Bucknell now will set up its offense. Next goal could win this game. Certainly the Bison would like to score the next goal. Whether it clinches the game or not would remain to be seen, obviously. Coming up towards 2 minutes left. Bucknell with a bad pass. Great grab, though, by Becker. She'll pass it out to Molinari, and she gets pushed. Be a foul on Holy Cross with just under 2 minutes remaining. Be a free position pass here for Bucknell. Well, it could be a free position shot, but I'm going to guess that Emily's going to pass the ball. We'll see. Becker has scored a couple of goals here today. Also has an assist. She will pass it on the end line, and here comes Bucknell. 9-9 game with 1:48 remaining in regulation. Of course, if it were to go overtime, it's sudden death. Here's a shot and a score! Oh, my almighty! The Bison score it here with 1:41 left. Becker got the assist. I have to see who gets the credit for the goal. And is it Richter? I think it is. Boy, Richter's had a great game. Twisting shot there by Gretchen, and Gretchen, who won the draw a moment ago, scores with 1:41 left, and Richter able to get her 4th goal today. Gretchen coming off a great game against Lafayette with 3 goals and 5 draw controls. And now here's Richter in the draw circle again, with Bucknell leading at 10-9. Still a lot of time left. So again, this draw is so very important. Be a whistle and a foul. They may have nope, they're going to give possession to Holy Cross. I was thinking may have another redraw, but they said that Richter jumped the whistle there. And the Crusaders will get it only down a goal. 1.5 minutes left here. Be a whistle and a foul and a free position pass upcoming for Holy Cross. Looks like Keely Connors will get the restart. Here she comes, dodging her way. They went to Concilio last time. Let's see what they do this time. Work on the near side. Pass the ball around. Trying to get an opening here with now 70 seconds left in this one. Bucknell trying to play good defense. Crusaders get it up top, passes a little high, it's loose, comes out to the 30-yard line. There'll be a whistle and a push on Holy Cross. Oh, man. 1:01 left, and Bucknell will have a free position pass here. Bison will have the restart, leading at 10-9. Boy, that's been Holy Cross's bugaboo today. They've turned the ball over in the offensive end of the field. Manis again draws a free position pass with 57.9 remaining. Crusaders and Bison have won 2 games in a row. Such a big game for hopes of a Patriot League postseason berth for either of these teams. Bucknell looking to clear here with 45 ticks left. They throw the ball up for grabs. Smershish somehow comes up with the bouncing ball. And now she's double teamed. She loses the handle, and it'll go out of bounds to Holy Cross with 35.6 left. And a timeout is taken by head coach Amanda Belichick and the Crusaders. Why don't we keep it right here? Last Saturday, Holy Cross knocked off Navy 7-6. It was the first victory for the Crusaders over the Mid since 2011, only the second time they've ever beaten Navy. Then on Wednesday, the Crusaders won their second in a row, knocking off Army 15-7. Score was only 8-5 at the half, but Holy Cross came out strong in the second half, outscored the Black Knights 4-1. After a little bit of a lull, the Crusaders put the game away with a 3-1 run. Of course, Bucknell able to snap a 6-game losing streak to Lafayette on Wednesday. That was a wild one. Final score 13-12 in favor of the Bison, but Bucknell led 13-6 before the Leopards clawed back. They pulled within a goal. Still about 7 minutes left. However, Jamie DeWitt came up with some big saves, and Rennie Tankersley came up with a huge cause turnover to help seal the victory. Bucknell just got a turnover a moment ago. That road victory made the Bison 5-1 on the road. That's the most wins on the road for a Bucknell women's lacrosse team since 2008. Now Bucknell looking at Holy Cross, which is 0-5 on the road this year. Crusaders 2 wins in a row come in Worcester. Holy Cross will have it though with 35.6 seconds left. Mentioned about Bucknell had some trouble in the draw circle here today against Holy Cross. You watch a replay of the goal that has given Bucknell the lead at this moment. Becker got it inside to Richter, and Richter angling off to her left, able to put it in for a 10-9 Bison lead. That coming with 1:41 left. Holy Cross had one possession. They turned the ball over. They have possession now. Ball is loose though. Still loose. Precious seconds coming off the clock. Here comes Holy Cross. Still loose. It's still loose. It's still loose. And there'll be a whistle and a foul. With 17.6 seconds left, the official is going to show a yellow card to whom? I guess to Bucknell and to one of its better defenders, Annie Gilbertson. The team captain's going to come off, and Holy Cross is going to have a woman advantage with 17.6 seconds left. Trailing by a goal. It'll be a free position possible shot upcoming for Connors. Nope, she's going to pass it out wide. Ball gets loose. It's going to the far side. It's scooped up by the Crusaders. Or do they say it went out of bounds? It went out of bounds with 9.1 seconds left. And Bucknell will look to try and clear this ball away and win its 3rd game in a row. 2 seconds, 1, that will do it. The Bison will win their 3rd game in a row, and the team comes racing out onto the field as Bucknell will go to 3-1 in Patriot League play and prevent the Crusaders from winning their 3rd game in a row. And the Bison huddling up at the far end of the field to go 9-3. And most importantly, 3-1 in Patriot League play. Bucknell now moves to 4-2 here at home. And the Crusaders, after a hard-fought, come-from-behind game, will fall to 2-10 and 2-2 in the Patriot League. And they'll remain winless on the road, 0-6. Bucknell wins it here today in a nail-biter, 10-9.